Good evening, Mary. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stout. Councilmember Cussick. Here. Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Councilmember Kane.
Here.
Councilmember Bacon.
Here.
Vice Mayor Solon.
Yes.
Mayor May.
Here. Before we begin, I also like to ask that if you raise your hand if you have an empty seat next to you. That way the fire marshal and staff may let additional persons into the council chambers to be seated. Okay, great. There's a couple empty seats. I'd also like to ask for all the audience to please turn off and silence your electronic devices. There are vacancies on several boards and commissions. The city clerk's office accepts applications for all boards and commissions throughout the year. If interested in applying, please go to the boards, commissions, and committees page on our website, fremont.gov, or please contact the city clerk's office at 284-4060. I will now turn the meeting over to City Manager Mark Dene to make some announcements, but I also wanted to share one quick announcement. Regarding the Navigation Center, on Tuesday, July 9th, the City Council held a work session and identified 2 potential sites for a temporary homeless Navigation Center. The first potential location is the parking lot at Fremont City Hall, and the second potential location is at the Dakota surplus property. To further evaluate the potential sites, our city staff was directed to provide additional analysis on each location and conduct community outreach. The city staff will be hosting 2 community workshops for community members to provide, to ask questions and provide feedback. They will be held on August 14th from 4 to 7 p.m. at City Hall, and also on Saturday, August 24th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in front of the Centerville Library. So that completes my comments at this time, but City Manager Dene, if you could be so kind as to introduce your staff.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. I also have some additional announcements in addition to those 2 community meetings that you announced. I'd like to begin by congratulating our Public Works Department. They recently participated in the 2019 Western District Conference for the Institute of Transportation Engineers. The City of Fremont was selected to present to 550 public and private representatives on 3 topics, including the Mobility Action Plan by Public Works Director Hans Larson, the Smart Corridor Project by Senior Transportation Engineer Sheila Marquis, and the Vision Zero Traffic Safety Program by Senior Transportation Engineer Matt Bomberg, who also won the award for Best Presentation by a Young Professional. It's commendable that Fremont's transportation program is not only helping us address our local issues, but is also raising the bar as best practices for the transportation profession. The Fremont Police Department will be participating in the Niles Dog Show on July 20th at noon by doing a canine apprehension demonstration. And then lastly, from our Community Development Department, in May, Council received a presentation on possible strategies to support revitalization of the commercial district in the Mission San Jose Town Center. On Thursday, July 25th, city staff will be conducting a community meeting from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Olive Hyde Center, located at 123 Washington Boulevard in Fremont, to outline the findings and key strategies contained in the final report. All interested community members are invited to attend. That concludes my announcements. The staff introductions include my colleague to my left, our City Attorney Harvey Levine. Next to him is Dan Schoenholtz, our Community Development Director, and then directly across from us this evening is our Deputy City Clerk, Mary Montgomery. Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, we'll be presenting the consent calendar, which are items which will be passed with 1 council vote, and the staff recommendation will stand. Does any member of the council wish to remove an item from the consent calendar for discussion? Does any council member want to? Do we have any other speaker cards, Ms. Mayor?
We have a speaker card for item 2AC.
2AC. So those will be heard later separately. And then, are there any items that the council would like to add or make a motion, please? We have the option to add item 7A and 5A, but I don't know if we have
Speakers for 5A.
Okay, never mind, just items.
So I'll move to approve with the addition of 7A.
Okay. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Jones, seconded by Vice Mayor saw one. Please vote.
And wait one moment.
Oh, you have an ordinance to read. Thank you.
There is also an additional late arriving green sheet. I want to make sure everyone saw it for item 2T.
Okay. Thank you. With that, can I please have a vote? And the consent calendar passes with 5 ayes, with Councilmember Shao being absent and pulling Councilmember, consent calendar item 2AC and with the addition of 7A. And at this time, I'd like to be able to share 2 proclamations. One of them is for National Night Out and also for recognition for the Fremont Christian baseball team. So first, I'd like to invite Public Affairs Specialist Monica Leon for coming to join me at the dais. Thank you. So National Night Out for us in the city of Fremont will be August 6th, 2019. Whereas the National Association of Town Watch is sponsoring the 36th annual National Night Out, a nationwide community building and crime prevention awareness event on August 6th, 2019. And whereas the 36th anniversary of the National Night Out provides a unique opportunity for the Fremont community to join with thousands of other communities across the country in celebrating grassroots community building through neighborhood block parties. And whereas it is essential that all community members of Fremont be aware of the importance of crime prevention programs and the impact their participation can have on reducing crime, drugs, and violence in Fremont. And whereas the City of Fremont's community engagement goal calls for the support and expansion of National Night Out as an important tool in developing neighborhood spirit and unity and fostering the partnership between the City of Fremont and the community. Now therefore, the City Council of the City of Fremont do hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 6, 2019 as National Night Out in the City of Fremont and call upon all residents of the City of Fremont to join the City Council and the National Association of Town Watch in supporting and participating in the 36th annual National Night Out. So, I'm going to present that to you.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you for giving us this opportunity to continue celebrating National Night Out. Our department has been celebrating for over 30 years, and it is an honor to continue to carry on this tradition. We currently have about 120 parties registered and are on track to make this our largest event ever to date. To sign up, please go to fremontpolice.org/NNO-Reg. Thank you. And we also presented you guys with our giveaway this year, so make sure and support those.
Thank you. And next, I'd like to invite the Fremont Christian High School baseball team to come join me. And also their families. So I wanted to present the certificate in recognition of Fremont Christian High School baseball team for their winning the North Coast Section Championship. And the title for the senior class, which won 87 of their 112 games in their 4 years, and won 4 BCL, Bay Counties League championships in a row. So this is a wonderful accomplishment, and thank you for your athleticism as well as your good sportsmanship.
All right, thank you for having us. We're very honored that all these news stations and people here are to celebrate Fremont Christian's first section title. We want to send special thanks to Councilman Rick Jones. Thank you for having us, Mayor May, and the entire Fremont City Council. I also want to thank Daniel Cardenas from DeVry University for his continuous support. Mr. Cardenas has donated every year that I've been there for 5 years at Fremont Christian to the baseball program, so we appreciate that. We also want to thank Food Truck Mafia, the foodtruckmafia.com. They bought us brand new uniforms this year. So as you know, they're right down the street on Friday nights for the Fremont Street Eats. We're honored to be here. We have 199 students in our high school. Many high schools here in Fremont have anywhere from 1,500 to 2,300. And I'm honored to say that we're the best high school baseball team, not only in Fremont, but the state. None of this would be possible without my assistant coaches, Phil Woodman and Brandon Chamberlain, so I appreciate them. We were the underdogs in every game we played in the postseason this year, and without these boys, we couldn't have done it. So I want to introduce them, since there's only 4. Our left fielder here is Vincent Lamb. Our starting second baseman as a freshman started all 30 games, Emilio Martin. Our starting outfitter and cleanup hitter who batted .460 this year and will be playing college baseball at Contra Costa, Alexander Wiley. And our shortstop and pitcher who hit 2 home runs in extra innings to help us win a section title, also won 2 games on the mound, Tyler Woodman. Mayor already said how we had won 87 games, and this is our first section title in 51 years. This coming up August 4th on Sunday night, our head of school, Tricia Meyer, has got us rings, and we're doing a ring ceremony August 4th at 5 p.m., and we would love if Mayor May would come out and throw the first pitch for us. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and go Warriors.
And next, I also wanted to invite Ken Maxey for Comcast. I believe he wants to honor and recognize. We have one student, Jessica Yoshiko, that's being honored this evening.
Good evening, Mayor May, Vice Mayor Salawan, and other honorable members of the City Council and staff. My name is Kenneth Maxey, and I represent Comcast, a company that was founded by Ralph Roberts in 1963 in Tupelo, Mississippi. Through Ralph Roberts' dream, his son Brian Roberts has continued to fulfill his father's dream to have Comcast be one of the most important technology entertainment companies in the world. Since the founding of Comcast in 1963, our core values have been rooted in improving the communities where our employees, customers, and audiences live and work. As we've evolved to become a global media and technology company, our values live on through our culture. We have a rich tradition of giving back and ensuring our employees have the opportunity to serve their communities. And through our products, technology, and entertainment experiences, especially through our employees, we continuously seek new and better ways to make a positive difference in what we do with our customers and viewers around the world. To help build the leaders of tomorrow, Comcast NBC Universal provides $2 million in college scholarships each year to high school seniors. To date, more than $30 million has been awarded to nearly 28,000 students throughout the Comcast Leaders and Achievers Scholarship Program. Tonight, Comcast would like to recognize one of these recipients of the Leaders and Achievers Scholarship from Fremont, and we had 2 this year. And the young lady that I would like to bring up, who will be speaking after me, is Jessica Yoshioka, and she is an amazing young lady.
Hi, my name is Jessica Yoshioka. Fremont will always be my home. It is where my spiritual community and where my friends and family reside. I've been fortunate to participate in many of the city's events and connect with local businesses. At St. Joseph Fremont, I was very active and participated in CYO sports and clubs that included community service projects. I received a partial scholarship to attend St. Francis High School in Mountain View, where I was able to develop and explore new opportunities which helped strengthen my curiosity in science and service. I was accepted into the immersion program, where I traveled to Brazil during the summer of my junior year. In addition, I was elected as an ASB officer, which gave me the opportunity to lead and organize school-wide events, strengthening my school's interaction and encourage connections across a diverse student body. With my passion in dance, I persevered and founded our dance team, which was focused on celebrating many forms of dance and integrating a variety of mediums to perform. I was fortunate to explore my interest in STEM also. As an intern at UC Berkeley Material Science Lab under Professor Romesh. I will be attending University of Portland as a mechanical engineer major, hoping to study abroad for a semester and to pursue my passion to design activewear that integrates technology. Thank you.
Thank you. So next is our public communications. And we have a lot of speakers today, but we also have a lot of items that we want to cover. And so we will be taking 30 minutes of public comments and returning after we've had a chance to address our regular scheduled items. Normally our public speaker cards, depending on the time frame and the number of cards, it's how many speaker cards do we have this evening?
Approximately 250 so far.
Okay, thank you. So that'll be 1 minute each. So I will go ahead and start with out of respect for the people here tonight, we're gonna, like I said, cap it at 30 minutes for public comment at this time and do the remaining speakers after our regular scheduled agenda items. We have a speaker lighter timing systems. In addition to the lights, there's a countdown timer and a beeper. The green light indicates the beginning of the time to speak. The yellow light appears when 30 seconds are remaining, and for people to sum up their comments, and the red light will appear, and a beeper will sound when the light is and your time is ended. I would like to request also the audience and remind them that there's no clapping, booing, or hissing, because we'd like to make sure that all speakers are made to feel welcome. Anyone who disrupts, disturbs, or otherwise impedes the orderly conduct of a council meeting will be asked to stop such conduct at once. And if the disruption does not stop immediately, the individual will, at the discretion of the mayor or the majority of the council, be removed from the meeting. And also, I also wanted to remind people there are no signs. There's a rule on no signs also, so that it doesn't block those from other people from being able to participate and see. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation. So, Ms. Mary, if you could help us call some of the speakers first. We'll call them in batches of 5 at a time.
Our first speaker will be Hugh Ng, followed by Celine Chang, Stephen Shao, and Danny Liu.
Good evening. My name is Hugh Ng. 6 days, 3,000 signatures. I'm back in a week. Now I think it is 7,955 signatures. all of us believe that when we look at everything and we look at the needs of the people that we're trying to help, City Hall is the best location. City Hall parking lot is the best location, helping the people that we're trying to help. And that almost 8,000 people are agreeing with me. We want to do the right thing. We want to do the right thing to help, and not, getting neighborhoods against neighborhoods. We have to look at it from the people that we're trying to help.
Thank you. Thank you. Your time is up. Next speaker, please. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Celine, a North Fremont resident. Besides myself, thousands of parents in the area strongly oppose building homeless navigation center in Dakota because the site is part of residential area, too close to schools and too far from additional resources. Last weekend, we have visited thousands of families in North Fremont. Within 3 days, we have collected more than 3,300 physical signatures from residents with verifiable addresses who all share the same concern. And we are collecting more and will update city in the future. Therefore, we respectfully urge city council representatives.
Please lower the signs. I'd like to ask that too, so that we can block other people's views. Thank you. There's no signs allowed.
And make the right decision to build the navigation center in different area, not Dakota. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please accept the photocopy of the 3,000 signatures at the exit. From
That's fine. Thank you. Next speaker, please. And I'm going to ask again to please lower the signs, or else I'm going to just remove them from the room. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members. I'm Steven. I will prove that Dakota is not a right place for agencies. So the first project, Oakland Center, opened in 2014, is in the center of the downtown. 1 minute walk to the California State Building, 3 minutes walk to the City Hall, and a 10 minutes drive to the 2 hospitals, not in the residential area. And the Berkeley Center opened last year is not in the residential area either, but a shabby industrial area at the west end of Berkeley City, close to a railway and far from public service. And the Hayward Center under construction is also in the industrial area. So these 3 centers, according to the data statistic from Bay Area Community Services, there's no correlation between the location and the successful rates. So those cities, they heard the voice from people, and our voice is no Dakota. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Danny Liu, followed by Meng Lopez Garrity, Peter Fong, and Jeffrey Wu.
Thank you.
Good evening, council member. My name is Danny, and after 3 successful HNC in downtown and industrial area, the city and the BACS has no solid evidence to prove the suitability of Dakota, a residential area for an HNC. And personally, I went to Berkeley and the Auckland Center on Monday. Those are the picture I took. It's only like 30 seconds away, drive away from the center. As you can see, there are a lot of tents on the street. And I would like to ask you, do you really want to introducing us the unpleasant environment to our community? Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Meng Lopez Garrity. I'm here to actually want to show my opinion is that BACS presented locations in downtown and residential areas to Hayward as well. But the city chose the current industrial area because the residents there in Hayward support the same ground we are standing. The city council members listened to their residents. Milpitas even reject agency because they also listen to their residents. Also, their research did not support agency in the residential area at all. as well. If you are listening to your residents' voice and act to our best interest, you should not implement the pilot project in Dakota and use us as the lab rats. You should vote for a place similar to the approved ones, but not Dakota. Thank you.
Next speaker, please. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Peter Fong, and I live a few blocks away from the Dakota site. I have a 6-year-old that's born and raised here in Fremont, and my family have been residents here for more than a decade. I've always felt happy in Fremont, but this all changed since last Tuesday when City Council narrowed down to 2 locations for the Navigation Center. If you pay attention to Nextdoor, Facebook, or other social media platforms, you will see that Fremont community is now torn. There is so much frustration, anger, and hatred now among residents towards the City Council. No, I do not have a stigma against the homeless. Yes, I want to help the homeless, but no, I oppose having a homeless navigation center in a residential area. I am sure by now you have heard all the arguments. I am here to remind you, Mayor and Council members, you are here because you were voted by us to represent us. We don't care what political agenda you have, and you need to hear your residents. We do not want a center in a residential area. Do not build it on Dakota. If you are not hearing your people, you should step down. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Jeffrey Wu, followed by James Wong, Ziwei Zhang, and Dong Feng He.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeffrey. I understand the city tried to build a navigation center to help the homeless. We have the sympathy for them, but I think what they really need is food, job, and medical attention. And the City Hall location has it all within walking distance to the grocery store, the food bank, the medical facility, and job opportunities nearby. However, Dakota is a residential area where thousands of families try to raise their children here. And what we need is safety. We just want our children to be healthy and safe. And we don't want our children might get hurt by potential danger from homeless. Please listen to our voice. While you all have sympathy for them, we need some too. Please protect our children and keep them safe. Say no to Dakota. Thank you.
Next speakers, please.
I'm here to say no.
Your name, please. Sorry.
I'm sorry. My name is Dong Feng. I'm here to say no to City Hall parking lot as a HNC site. It took years of effort to attract investment in building Fremont downtown, as historically we don't have one. Now in the middle of all new instructions, investment and hope, the government is planning to build HNC in the center of all this. We urge the city to do cost analysis to all new incoming potential future investment, evaluate HNC's influences on potential new employment opportunities and financial gains. Also, does the city plan to reimburse the investors and new home buyers on the diminished value of properties due to the introduction of HNC? Local business and residents are also part of our community. We pay tax and we deserve equal treatment. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ziwei. So I just want to say the parking lot at the City Hall has its specific usage and zoning. Change the use of this land will break the city code 18.47.0.50. According to this code, supportive and all transitional housing is prohibited in civic center zone. So if the city take the lead to break the city code, and what can we do? So we follow you. I just want to ask everybody about this question.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Xuan Zhang. I'm living in Fremont now. The City of Fremont Council is proposing a homeless navigation at the City Hall parking lot. I oppose to choose this location. Fremont City Hall is right at the heart of downtown Fremont, a cultural, residential, commercial, institutional center of Fremont. We are eagerly awaiting the construction of the community center next to the City Hall to have a real workable city center as the city promised. Instead, the city is considering building a navigation center which may impact how people perceive the downtown area and send the downtown revitalization to the opposite direction. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. Mary, do you want to call some of the other ones so we can get prepared?
Next speaker is Frank Shin, followed by Jinan Hu, Lee
My name is
Xiaowei,
Jeff Lowe.
and Sharon Chu.
I am live close to Dakota area. So I heard we have a lot of issues with homeless in Fremont. Last 2 years we have 28% increase, number of homeless increase. It is a serious problem, but Dakota is not a place where we can build the HNC. You heard all the reasons, arguments. You know, I personally don't know what the rationale why we have that being one of the options here, right? So to me, I just want to belabor the point, right? Not Dakota, because it is too close to home. Not Dakota, because it is too far away from helps, mass transit, everything, right? It is not Dakota because it is too far, too close to schools. So I think this is a good reason for everybody to listen, to argue, to rational. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good evening. My name is Frank Chin. My company is involved in the residential development on the downtown area. I agreed to build the HNC, but I oppose build the HNC at the Fremont City Hall location. I believe that this project is not a correct match to the plan for the Fremont downtown development. These projects will be big challenge by construction law and public law. Fremont City Hall symbolizes ownership by the people of the Fremont, and homeless center behind the City Hall will be broken feng shui of the Fremont. The city website say, think Fremont, think Silicon Valley. Not think Fremont, think homelessness. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to ask the audience to be respectful so that no one's mocking your comments, and I'd like it to be equally the same. Thank you. Next speaker.
My name is Nisha, and I'm a resident in the Dakota area. I visited proposed Dakota HNC location and think it will put homeless people in danger of traffic accident and collision. Dakota location does not have paved sidewalk. Please see these two photos. The photos on the left just outside the Dakota HNC with no paved sidewalk. The right one is just 50 feet from the Dakota HNC with no sidewalk at all. It is also located at two very busy roads, Dakota Road and Fremont Boulevard, which is extremely dangerous for homeless people if they don't have sidewalk. Does the city plan to build a sidewalk for the HNC? Some data shows that building cost of 6.6 miles of the sidewalk will cost $3 million, which is higher than building the HNC alone. We also understand that Dakota Road is part of the Highway 84 and owned by the state, so the city may not be able to build the sidewalks. In this case, did the city consider safety of the homeless people and the safety of the drivers?
Thank you. Next speaker, please. And if you could kindly introduce yourself when you come. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Frank Hu. I lived in both Fremont Hub and Ardenwood area for more than 2 years. For people who don't have cars, life in central Fremont is far better than around Dakota location. Don't force our homeless friends to Dakota. I know this because both my parents and in-laws live with us and they don't drive. At Fremont Hub, they walk to Safeways, Whole Foods for groceries, as well as Washington Hospital when I was having my first kid. Very convenient, and they enjoy the lifestyle. After moving to Ardenwood, they felt getting stuck at home, unhappy, can't go anywhere without us driving them. I'm really disappointed that you are considering forcing homeless people to a place they don't like, unless you give them a car at the same time. No Dakota for homeless friends.
Next speaker, please. Thank you.
The next speaker is Sharon Chu, followed by Abby Chang, Alexis Hu, and Christian Marcel.
Hi, my name is Sharon Chu, and I represent our preschool and after-school Little Apples Learning Center, which is only 0.3 miles and 5-minute walking distance from the proposed City Hall parking lot. We want to say no because of the greatest concern about our children. Preschoolers spend 2 hours on average outside at the playground, and with the HNC close by, it would pose a potential hazard for our children. And then also, I want to say that no parents will want to send their children when the preschool is located so close to HNC. And I agree we want to help, but that place is Central Fremont, and that Central Fremont is based on the Tax Cut and Job Act of 2017. And Central Fremont has been selected as an opportunity zone. So we're supposed to bring investors, we're supposed to bring business, we're supposed to bring prosperity, but with the HNC, it's going to ruin everything. So please consider. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good evening. My name is Abby Chan. I'm here to raise the funding regarding the HNC. Have we done a detailed cost study to see how much funding it will need for the entire 5-year period? How much do we need, and how much will this county fund the HNC behind the initial $2 million or so? Where will the rest of the funding come from? Is that from taxpayer? Our city tax revenue and cash flow are already constrained. We should not take on unfunded liability, which will create a future financial problem. Because the taxpayer, we want to see the long-term solution, no short-term solution from taxpayer. Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Alexis Hui. Parking will be a huge issue in the downtown area if we build up the HNC. According to the Alameda Code, Chapter 30, 7.6, residential care facility of more than 6 persons need 1 parking space per 3 beds. It means the HNC will need 15 all-street parking space, and City Hall needs at least 3.3 space per 1,000 square feet. The City Hall is around 40,000 square feet. It means 132 parking space is needed for City Hall only. And it is a combination of 147 minimum parking space. However, if we exclude the parking lot, there is only about 82 parking space. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
The next speaker is Christian Marcel, followed by Kathy Yu, Tiffany Zhang, and Zhao Hongdong.
Please approach and just announce your name. Thank you.
My name is Kathy Yu, and then I heard earlier from the earlier speaker saying that they gathered over 7,000 signatures on a petition named Keep HNC Away from Homes and Schools. And then also on another petition, it's called Keep HNC Out of Downtown Fremont. It's also gathered 2,000 signatures. The main reason for it is also because it's so near to schools and homes. So what my suggestion is, can you consider other areas like industrial areas, because we know the very successful Berkeley HNC has a more than 80% success rate of putting people transition to permanent homes. And then this year, Hayward is also going to open an HNC in industrial area. You know, downtown area is not industrial area. It's also it's a commercial and residential.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speakers, please. And we can maybe renounce some of the ones that didn't hear maybe.
Second call for Tiffany Zhang, Zhao Hong Dong, Mei Hong, and Rosia Silva.
Welcome, Rosia.
Hi.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Rocío Silva, soy janitor y trabajo para la ciudad de Fremont, específicamente en la librería pública de esta ciudad. El motivo por el cual estamos presentes en esto es por los recientes cambios en la nueva compañía janitorial que contrató la ciudad, el cual cuando llegaron hicieron propuestas para mejorar las actividades laborales y los beneficios de los trabajadores, y eliminándonos así el derecho de ser trabajadores sindicalizados, el cual nos ha afectado directamente a nosotros como trabajadores en los costos elevados, en el plan médico, tabulador de salarios, vacaciones, días de enfermedad, etcétera, etcétera. A sabiendas que la vida actual en California cada día es más cara con todos los aspectos, abrimos a ustedes implorando de corazón y de manera respetuosa el poder de ser trabajadores sindicalizados para no estar vulnerables a compañías fraudulentas como lo buscan el beneficio propio de las mismas, cometiendo todo tipo de injusticias y atropellos que afectan a nosotros como trabajadores y la economía de nuestras familias. Sin más decir, esperando vernos favorecidos con nuestra petición, les doy mis sinceros agradecimientos a nombre mío y de mis compañeros. Gracias.
Hi, I'm Daphne Nunez. I am Rocio's daughter. I'm here to translate for her. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rocio Silva. I am a janitor, and I work for the city of Fremont, specifically the main library. The reason why we are here is because of serious changes made by newly hired contractors working for the city of Fremont. Recently, I attended a meeting where the new contractors presented their work proposals regarding work activities and benefits for their workers. This significantly affects our salary, accumulated vacation times, and sick days, to name a few. In addition, it tremendously increases our medical insurance bills. These changes will make it nearly impossible for our families and children to live here comfortably. With all due respect, we want to appeal the recently modified agreement. We would like to remain as union workers so that we are not forced to work under selfish and dishonest contractors who only seek their only benefit. We truly believe. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You want to call the rest of the speakers then? Oh, no clapping, please. Thank you.
Will Falvey, Callie Kwong, and Jessica Sheep.
Thank you, Will. Welcome.
I'll go off the clock too and allow to have more time.
No, if you don't mind, we'll wait 1 second then. I think Miss Mary is trying to figure out some of this.
Since before they started servicing the janitorial, hi, I'm Will Falvey, I'm the organizer for the janitors here. I think you guys have seen me here before. I know some of you. Since before they started servicing the janitorial account at City of Fremont, SWA has proven themselves to be belligerent, bad faith actors. At the council meeting on June 18th, SWA made a commitment to you, the council, to honor the health care coverage and seniority benefits that the workers have as union members. That commitment was codified into the service agreement in Article 9 and has already been broken by the company. The health care plan that SWA is offering would result in massive out-of-pocket costs to the janitors, all but erasing the wages they earn by cleaning city facilities. The council and the attorney made a good faith effort in modifying the service agreement to accommodate SWA's commitments. SWA took that benefit of the doubt and abused it. If SWA had any intention to make good on their promise, they would have already. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. The well-being of the janitors is in your hands as a city council tonight, now, and we urge you to make the right choice. In its first 16 days of service, SWA has meddled with the janitors' schedules without regard to seniority, a tactic used in constructive discharge for which they've had an unfair labor practice
There
filed
was
against them.
an issue with the lighting system. Somehow it went to 2 minutes instead of 1.
We provide double time when the translator is needed.
Okay.
That's
Please
what I
use
wanted.
Article 15 and cancel the contract. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Kaylee. I'm an incoming 7th grader in the Dakota area, with a few concerns about the Homeless Navigation Center being built at the Dakota location. After being run through the criteria, the Dakota site was given a 5 out of 6, as a point was lost for no other known environmental conditions. The Dakota location is in a liquefaction zone, and a large transmission gas pipeline is right on Dakota Road. If an incident were to occur, perhaps during the construction of the HNC, a gas leak or explosion would be dangerous to everyone nearby. To prevent this from happening, to prevent San Bruno from happening again, and to keep residents of nearby homes and residents of the center safe, the HNC should not be built at the Dakota site.
Next speaker, please.
My name is Jessica Shea. I'm a resident in the Dakota area. Thank you to the mayor, vice mayor, and the council members who are trying hard to resolve Fremont's homeless crisis. However, 90% of Fremont's homeless population do not live in the Dakota area. Instead, many choose to gather downtown, near City Hall. Well, there are resources available to help them. Please take the time to ask the future homeless navigation center residents which side they prefer. After all, this is for their benefits. Thank you very much.
Mary, may I ask how many speakers we've already gone through?
25.
Okay, so we'll do another batch and then we're going to take a break and go back to the regularly scheduled items.
So these are people who have already had their names called?
Yes,
Fire
we'll finish
staff
those and then we'll
recommend.
finish the other 5 after that. These.
Good evening. My name is Xiaopeng Dong. I'm a resident in Dakota. I'm strongly against to build a HNC on Dakota. According to the city survey in 2017, there are 479 homeless people. There are 23% of drug or alcohol abuse, and there are 52% have mental illness. I'm not saying all they are bad or violent, but if I play in the park with my little son, where a mentally troubled or people with alcohol or drug approach to us, and my English is poor, the police station is far away, what can I do? I'm strongly against to build a HNC in residential area. No Dakota. Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Arun Raman. I'm a resident of Ardenwood, and I'm against the HNC in Dakota. I think we have to do something for the homeless people, but the way the whole process was set up was not transparent. On July 3rd, we got to know about Dakota being added as one of the sites for the agency. Again, we've gotten 3,000 signatures across everyone from North Fremont, and there are around 600 to 700 people outside who have been really outraged about the lack of transparency. Again, now North Fremont has a voice. No HNC in Dakota. Thank you.
Next speaker, please. And I would ask people to please not pump their fists or to distract or block people behind them from being able to see.
What can we do?
You can speak, and that's what you've come to do, and I believe we can listen. So, next speakers, please.
Not there.
Good evening, Council Member. My name is Stephanie Sito on behalf of the downtown area. I think the HNC project here in the city of Fremont is, I think the most of our residents here is not quite ready for the project yet. So I humbly ask you to withdraw from the idea that was proposed. The reason why, because me and my husband has a mission service that we go out to the homeless community every month. And then based on the experience that we have with the homeless community in Oakland, they don't need a HNC, they more need a rehab. Most of the problem is coming from the inside of their heart. So it's not just the HNC that will help them, and also we have so many problems in the city of Fremont, like our school is not enough, the traffic is horrible, our senior center is super old, our park are very dirty. So I don't think the HNCs is the city of Fremont is ready for this project.
Thank you for your time. Next speaker.
No SNC at the Dakota location.
And your name, sir?
Good evening. My name is Christian Marsa. I'm a U.S. citizen I'm a voter, and I live in Fremont area. I'm a resident in Fremont for the last 10 years. And every day I cross the Dakota Road. Twice a day, sometimes 4 times a day, 6 times, 8 times, 10 times a day. And very rarely I see homeless area over there, homeless people over there. It means that area is not very convenient for the homeless people. So, no Dakota location for SNC. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's everybody for this time. I think we'll take a quick break, and then we'll return back at 8 o'clock with our regular scheduled agenda items. That way we don't miss anyone who's on regular scheduled agenda items. Thanks.